Sideline coverage at tonight's game is provided by Dr. Sturton and the Union General Sports Medicine Program, taking care of our community's athletes as well as those of all ages who simply wish to stay active. Call for an appointment today. The Young Harris Mountain Lions are also sponsored by Adidas.
Now for the starting lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, today's game is part of the Peach Belt Conference Officials Appreciation Week. Please join us in thanking the officiating crew here with us tonight for all the dedication and hard work they provide to make sure Peach Belt Conference soccer is played on a fair and competitive field. Thank you to tonight's crew and all of the Peach Belt Conference soccer officials. And now for our visitors from Dahlonega, Georgia. The Nighthawks are under direction of head coach Chris Adams and assisted by Kaylee Walden and Daniel Salcedo. Goalkeeper number 34, Morgan Ramby. Number 2, Peyton Biso. Number 5, Abby Crane. Number 6, Megan Dumont. Number 9, Rosie Embley. Number 11, Maysoon El-Shami. Number 12, Kaylee Colleen. Number 13, Taylor Malashik. Number 17, Bailey Swindle. Number 20, Olivia Dumpy. And number 25, Bailey Vessel. Now for your Mountain Lions. Young Harris is under direction of head coach Rob King and assisted by Erica Shingleton and Nick Jaramillo. Goalkeeper number 1, Pete Van Kampen. Number 2, Felipa Sand. Number 3, Miranda Simpson. Number 7, Hannah Boehner. Number 8, Elena Sand. Number 10, Amy Dern. Number 11, Jenna Ellerby. Number 14, Layla Muscat. Number 15, Juliana Alarcon. Number 24, Biani Serrano. And number 28, Eduarda Chaga. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the YHC Soccer and Lacrosse Field on the campus of Young Harris for Young Harris College Mountain Lion Soccer, brought to you by the Union General Health System. Tommy Jenkins and John Krieger with you on a call, another rainy night in Georgia. John, I heard you, I've asked this question of you a couple of times this year about your developmental team, and And the statement you always made was a good one. You said, it seems like we're taking one step forward and 3 steps back. I think that's maybe the way Coach King might have felt after Young Harris really playing good. Went into USC Aiken, one of the bottom teams in our conference, and just got blitzed. And got to come back and find it tonight. Got one of the best teams in our conference. This is Battle of Blood Mountain. This is a big defend the den night. John Mountain Line's got something to play for. They're in 4th place in the conference. They're playing for home field position.
We've most definitely got something to play for, Tommy. We went in, as you mentioned, on a nice win streak. But I think four or five in a row we picked up and went in high confidence, went down to Aiken. And this is the first time I can remember in a long time that both USC Aiken teams have swept Young Harris.
3 goals in 26 minutes, first 26 minutes of the game. It was just like a blitzkrieg. And, it's water under the bridge. Speaking of water, there's a lot of that. And we got to get it back tonight. I mean, this is one of the best teams in our conference. They come in 7-1-1 in second place, just a game behind Flagler, 11-2-1 overall. And well coached, very athletic, always a force in the women's side of the Peach Belt.
Extremely, extremely good analogy, Tommy. Or good analysis of the case. North Georgia is a program that's been on the rise on the women's side for a number of years now. They're reaping the benefits of that right now. As you say, they're coming in second in the conference standings. Overall, they've got an 11-2-1 record, 7-1-1 in the conference. The one loss was the one tie, I should say, was to Flagler. So, they're right there with the number 1 team in the conference as far as skill and quality. I'm not seeing the full schedule in front of me, so I'm not sure who they dropped their one match to. Lenore Rhine, and they dropped the one to Lander. So that was the conference drop that they had.
Wow. Okay.
And that was at Lander. That was 2-1. So it was a close game as well. And as you know, Lander is a very difficult place to go in and try and pull out a victory.
Now, I'm just looking at the lineup tonight. We have been for a while. We really early in the season, we love the play of Uliana Alarcon. She's back in the lineup tonight. You got the veterans, Biani Serrano and Eduardo Chagas Duda. They're out there. So you got a good mixture of leadership and these young guns that have really been impressive for Young Harris the last month or so. What they got to do? Of course, weather is a factor both ways. It's a miserable night out here. But we've been so good defensively and just suddenly just dropped both shoes down at USC Aiken. Got to get that back somehow because this is a powerhouse we're going up against.
I think we dropped both shoes here in the locker room before we ever left for the trip on that one.
Sure, yeah.
We started off slow, four losses in the first 4 matches, picked up a win, dropped another one. So we're coming in, after the first 6 games, we're 1-5-0, and then pick up a couple wins, start to build some confidence, then have to go play a tough Columbus State squad. Pick up, play hard, picked up the loss, unfortunately, then picked up 3 in a row, start to build confidence, and then we go to USC Aiken, a team that's only won 2 matches all year.
Right.
Now, one of which being against Young Harris. I say 2 matches. Yes, 2 matches overall. They're right down there with Georgia Southwestern at the bottom of the conference, and it's we took 3 steps forward and then 6 steps back when we go down there. It's a matter of how we respond tonight, though. We started to find our stride. We picked up. What we got here? Almost, we went 6-2 over a stretch before we faced USC Aiken. So we started to find our stride, moving the ball around well, had a decent attack. We had a steady defense. They didn't allow a whole lot of goals, but it's a matter of how we respond tonight.
Absolutely. It had some good wins in that period. Beat Lander, who beat North Georgia, beat Georgia College down there at their place, which is always tough. And now you're looking at it here, and would you have realistically have thought this way back in early September? Young Harris is in the 4-hole. Columbus playing Georgia Southwestern. You would figure they're the favorite there. But then we have got on the road at Clayton State, a very winnable game, and then really get tested here next Friday at a 1 p.m. start, UNC Pembroke coming in. In early September, would you have thought tonight we're going to be playing we got a chance for home field position?
No.
Me either.
If you'd have told me at the beginning of the season that the women would be sitting 4th in the conference right now, this time of the season, I'd have said there's no way. But they've managed to do it, and they've gotten so much better as the season has gone on that I'm really impressed with them, and I hope we have the kind of response that we need tonight and get back in the win column.
Young Harris led in scoring by Amy Dern, the sophomore out of England, out of Watford, England. And, we were talking about this the other day. I mean, I know that it's just November, or not November yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. A couple of days to November. But the die has been cast. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat her 35-yarder for conference play of the year. And I'm talking about in all sports abroad. I mean,
She's had a couple of them from about that same distance.
Incredible.
I remember one early in the season. So
all 410 of her.
Exactly. She has definitely been a spark plug in the middle of this engine for the Mountain Lions this season. Great acquisition that Coach King was able to talk into transferring here. She's a junior this year. But absolutely wonderful to have her on the squad, and she's leading the way both by example and by word of mouth.
You like the veteran leadership you've got on the defensive end with Miranda Simpson and Lila Muscott back there, and Jenna Ellerby. So, we'll just see what happens. I mean, it's been a year full of surprises. Maybe we can defend the den and battle Blood Mountain, pull the upset here tonight.
Definitely need to do that in this battle contest tonight.
We'll have the men here this next Wednesday. I think it's a 7 p.m. start.
It is, yes, sir. Men are at home this Saturday, and then again next Wednesday, North Georgia travels here for the men's match at 7.
We're going to have a men's match here. Here, shot coming from Dern, left footer, but right at the goalie. And this Saturdays we got men's action. We'll get to experience really our first game that we'll probably have this heater cranked up over here. It's going to be cold.
It is going to be cold, Tommy. It's comfortable right now as far as temperature-wise, as long as you're not in the wind and in the driving rain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice right here, about 70 in the press box.
Yeah. It's nice to be with you guys tonight. I don't get to do a whole lot of Wednesday games, but we plan on being here next Wednesday, and already made arrangements to be here for the women's game with UNC Pembroke. So, yeah, I mean, it's getting that time of the year.
You may be on your own on the Pembroke game, Tommy.
Well, I kind of had that feeling. That 1 o'clock, that's kind of a
1 o'clock on a Friday
time.
is difficult for me to get away from work.
But we'll give it our best.
If I'm able to, I'll definitely leave and come join you, but I make no guarantees on that one.
Well, with the leadership of our cameraman extraordinaire, John C. Moon, I think I can get through it. I really do.
I have no doubts that you can, Tommy.
No score early. Nighthawk ball. Young Harris, for the most part, is a clear from Muscott. Nearly got up to us. I've had one outstanding catch this year in which never saw anything else with it.
I think if somebody would have been filming from the other side, you'd be up for Save of the Year, Tommy.
I think so.
Definitely get the All-State Good Hands Award. Nighthawks with the set piece, 9 with the left-footed delivery in. Doesn't get past Ellerby, though, the first defender. Ellerby plays it out. Nighthawks will have a corner. It will be 9 again taking the kick.
Close to homers, Alexis Sherman from Cumming. Olivia Dumphy again from Dawsonville. Masoon El Shami from Alpharetta. Kaylee Killeen from Canton. I mean, they're really in close to the area. And it goes back to what you've been saying of the continued rise of popularity and participation. I got precipitation on my brain.
It's both today, Tommy.
Yeah. In the United States and particularly in this metro Atlanta area.
Well, North Georgia is in a geographical hotbed for women's high school soccer in Georgia. I mean, they're completely surrounded by, or they're right in the middle of an area where the growth and the quality of women's soccer at the middle school and high school youth and later youth levels is just exponentially growing at massively rapid rates. You look at Dawson and Lumpkin counties; those have had quality high school soccer programs for a number of years. Gainesville's right there with them. Then Flowery Branch, they played in the state title game last year against St. Pius. So, I mean, there's a lot of extremely high-quality soccer being played just in the geographical area around North Georgia.
And you look in our own area, Towns and Union girls have both been good for years. Union County's boys good last year. And, that's it just goes to show how it's really picking up. Simpson long over the top. Did he get us for offsides?
Offside.
It's like Duda broke a little too long, and it will be Nighthawk ball. North Georgia under the direction of Chris Adams, assisted by Kaylee Rawton and graduate assistant Daniel Saucedo. Young Harris, of course, under the direction of Rob King, assisted by Erica Shingleton and Nick Jarmillo, who is all over the place, isn't he?
He is all over the place.
And he's a great guy.
He is a great guy. He's a goalkeeping coach for both squads, men and women. Puts in a lot of hours and a lot of travel.
Now, when's your next developmental game, John?
Our last one of the season is this Sunday at noon.
This Sunday at noon.
Yes, sir. Yep. Hopefully we can end that on a win and go into the off-season feeling good, getting ready for spring training again.
Sure. Already got it lined up, right?
To the best of my knowledge, it is.
You got to start preparing now. You can't wait till day one. You start now. It's just amazing here at Young Harris and everywhere, John, the amount of time that coaches and assistants put in. It's incredible the amount of hours they put in.
As Alarcon looking to spring Duda with the through ball, she was able to split the defenders, but good job from the goalkeeper for North Georgia to come out and take that at the top of the box. She read it well.
Simpson comes up and going to turn that one around Young Harris's way.
Goalkeeper for North Georgia, that's Morgan Ramby. That's the tallest female on either roster at 6 foot, even.
And she is out of
Ohio,
and which I don't know how they say it in Ohio, but it's Lebanon. In Tennessee, they say Lebanon.
Lebanon, Ohio.
Yeah.
I've been through it a number of times.
Lebanon.
Won't hurt my feelings if I never go back.
You go to Tennessee, it's Lebanon, though.
Yes. I think it's the same way in Kentucky as well.
Yeah, I think Lebanon, that's in the Dayton area, right?
Not too far from there, no.
Yeah. Yes, also in the Middle East. John, our cameraman, he's got a nose for geography. And they're going to get Duda with the foul. Or excuse me.
Lena
It's going to be a
Sand.
lean sand.
Yep.
Lean good size, 5'8". Pretty good sized girl. Of course, we're missing Britt Verstagen. She's out. I'm sure she's still out, isn't she? I didn't look like that she would.
I haven't seen her. There's Van Campen with her first save. Always good to have a nice, comfortable, easy save under your belt like that.
Sure.
Especially in these type of conditions. Alarcon with the great touch back to Sand. Young Harris able to retain possession in the middle of the field. Now Boehner looking to play through to Dern. Not able, but Simpson with the good defensive effort.
Yeah, good aggressive effort by Miranda. We got something happening here. Oh.
Dern found Duda, who flicked Alarcon on. I believe that was Alarcon.
And credit to the goalkeeper. Ramby, she had to come out and own it, and she owned it, or she could have really been in trouble there.
She did.
Nice look by Turden down the field. No score early. Battle of Blood Mountain. Young Harris to look to defend the den.
Fairly respectable crowd given the conditions.
Yeah, because it's raw out here. When that wind picks up, it can really be miserable.
It started raining overnight and hasn't stopped since.
And it's going to be this way, I think, probably through most of the day tomorrow. Amy turns it around.
North Georgia having a little bit of trouble trying to find space and change the attack. You hear their coach, Chris Adams, yelling for them to swing the ball through around. They're just not able to find any space. Every passing lane was cut off by the Mountain Lions. That ball too far goes over the end line. North Georgia will have the goal kick. And I do apologize ahead of time if I do call them the Saints at some point during tonight's match.
You know, it's hard not to. I mean, they will. I noticed, I think it was in baseball last year, they sent up a thing, and I don't know, we may have it here. Said, don't call us North Georgia College, don't call us the Saints, don't call us, I think, the Warhawks. I think that might have been at me because I accidentally called them the Warhawks one time. I didn't mean to. I just still not really comfortable with that Nighthawk. I mean, because they were the Saints for so long. You went to school there, right?
I did.
Your wife did?
My wife did. It was North Georgia College at the time, and it was the Saints. My grandfather went to school, graduated there. It was North Georgia College and the Saints.
Yeah.
Had a number of friends that went to school there when it was North Georgia College and the Saints.
Yeah, I had a good friend that I grew up with that played basketball at North Georgia when it was North Georgia College and the Saints, and used to go to a lot of his games. They had a great program, the great Bill Inslee, and which he played with Randy Dunn, our former athletic director, and great Alan Ross. But I remember when they always brought the St. Bernard dog in, and wow, that was just a great ultimate mascot. Young Harris got a little something cooking here. Pass is going to be behind Duda, and she can't handle him, but Young Harris looked good in transition that time, John.
Mention Alan Ross. Was a good man.
He was a good man and a great basketball coach.
Very good friends with his son, Michael, who's now teaching at Shorter.
Yeah, that's what well, you know, talking of Alan, who played basketball at North Georgia and was a very good player, along with Randy Dunn, played on that same club.
Yep.
My daughter, we were blessed for her to have gone to Columbus State and to play college basketball. And honestly, I mean, well, obviously she had the God-given ability, but so much of that was cultivated by Alan Ross, who really took her under his wing. And so, you know, we remember things like that.
I had the pleasure of watching him coach at Union County for a little while, and then obviously, you know, the tragic events, but his son continued to stay there and grow, and very much in Alan's footsteps, and was a great basketball player in his own right. Went and played at Georgia College and then at Piedmont, and now he's grown up to be in teaching, just like both of his parents.
John, I like Young Harris's energy here tonight.
Oh, I do too.
I like what they're doing on the field. It seems like they're really just creating some uncomfortable situations for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of success sending that long ball through, though, and finding somebody on getting behind the back line of the defense for the Mountain Lions.
Ellerby will turn that around but nowhere to go, so she's just going to clear it.
A lot of energy, as you said, from the defense. We just got to be a little bit smarter, realize that space is there and they're finding it.
Yes.
They're really trying to key on Ellerby on this right-hand side of the defense for the Mountain Lions.
And they're going to get a good look at it here. Young Harris fighting inside and Dern going to kick it out right side. Young Harris
Left-footed effort well wide.
And really first time North Georgia's challenged down on their end of the field.
It is, but conditions don't help a defense at all. But,
No.
again, Young Harris got to be a little bit smarter to realize what's going on with the University of North Georgia, what they're attempting to do at the moment. One will carry all the way through to Ramby. Little too far for Alarcon to try and reach. Not a bad idea, but that's something we need to just mix up every now and then. We don't need to do that continually. We were having time and space in our attacking half playing through the midfield. I would like to see us continue to do that.
Sure. No score, 15 minutes in. Just a steady little rain. Seems like we were here not too long ago with a big rain, weren't we?
We were. I think this one maybe not quite as powerful, but definitely longer lasting.
Yeah.
Referee with the whistle. I'm not sure about that. It looked like a good tackle to me.
Sure.
I'm going to say the rain was in his eyes and clouded his
Could
judgment.
be. Or maybe the rain got his hair wet and it fell down in his eyes.
Looks like number 20 set lining up to take the kick. Number 2 is also stepping over there. Nope, she's going to continue the run on the weak side. And number 20 with the left-footed effort. Low-driven ball takes a deflection.
Wow.
Takes a deflection, finds the back of the net. Nothing Van Kempen could do about that once it took the deflection.
Yeah, she was just, there was really, like you say, there was nothing that she could do.
And quite honestly, Tommy, in these kind of conditions, that's how you should be taking the free kick. Goalkeeper can still handle it fairly well in the air with the technology that the gloves are made out of.
Mm-hmm.
But when it skips on this wet turf and picks up speed, gloves can't combat speed. Misdirection, get a keeper going one way and then they slip. There's nothing they can do to recover about it. Nighthawks now with the one goal lead, 1-0 over the Mountain Lions.
And the rain is as hard as we've seen it since this match began.
Retake again. This time looking for Alina Sand down the right-hand side for the Mountain Lions. Nothing happening there. Ball played too far.
Alarcon trying to keep the ball in play, can't do it.
That goal is scored by North Georgia number 20, Olivia Dumpy.
That was
Her first
Olivia
of the season.
Dumpy, Dawson County girl.
Nighthawks lead 1-0.
It was a low-drifting effort. It was on target all the way. I think it must have deflected off of a Mountain Lion foot then. North Georgia looking on the attack again.
I like to look over in our little student area there. We got 3 tents up. Pretty good crowd of folks under there. Appreciate the work that Tyler Yoder does here with the grounds. Of course, our fine athletic director, Jennifer Rushton, and a lot of work to get to do what they do to pull a contest off.
Definitely is. You mentioned Randy Dunn earlier. Hopefully he can raise some funds and we can get that Jenkins press box over on the other side of the field.
That's right. We might not be able to see the double knobs on a night like tonight, but it'd be nice to try to look through it, wouldn't it?
It would. Maybe get the parking lot and the driveway scraped over there as well. We're getting some rather large ruts in it now.
Yeah, that's why I walk out. I nearly got stuck out there one year, and I said, you know, never again.
Well, I was thinking of that on the drive over, Tommy, so I parked back here in this gravel spot behind the baseball field.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about no baseballs hitting it tonight.
No. One thing I have to worry about slipping walking up the grass hill back here.
Well, you know what? I was going to walk all the way around, but then there was 3 minutes on the clock, and I said, no, I can't do that. I'm going to take a chance, walk down the hill, pray I don't fall, and if I do fall, pray that nobody sees me.
Exactly. That's what I did. Another shot. Van Kampen with the save that time pushes it off of the post, but over the end line. Young Harris gives up the corner kick. You can see North Georgia just gathering a little bit of confidence, finding a little more space just inside the top of the penalty area.
Then Young Harris has got away from what it was doing well in the first 10 minutes. Perhaps North Georgia's just took us out of that.
Right into the hands of Van Kampen. That was number 2 with the corner kick. Talked about the North Georgia goalkeeper being the tallest person on the roster. Well, Van Kampen's only an inch behind that. So
sure.
Both very similar as far as height. Muscat realizing that ball's not going to make it over the end line, has to play it out for the throw. Georgia playing a little bit dangerously, thinking they've got a little bit more time than what they've got. Young Harris doing a good job of closing down, not giving them time on the ball, forcing some ill-advised and ill-executed passes. Finally forced the Nighthawks to play long over the top where Van Kampen's able to gather the ball.
Young Harris trying to get something. Been a while since we've spent any measurable time on the offensive end, John.
It is. Let's see if we can change that right now. A couple throws in a row now. A little farther in. Serrano with the left-footed effort well wide of goal, though.
Yeah, she really didn't have a good angle on that, did she?
No, she couldn't get her foot wrapped around it. It was always drifting wide.
1-0 your score. North Georgia on a goal from Dawsonville's Olivia Dunphy.
Rain's picking up, Tommy.
It really is.
Makes me want to go home and take a nap.
Absolutely.
See if Sam not able to get past that last defender. Still able to retain possession, though. Hard work with Alarcon. Alarcon attempts to make the cross, but good shoulder check from North Georgia. Also gets a touch on the ball, though. Goes over the end line. Young Harris will have the corner. Boehner to take the corner, as she does most every time for the Mountain Lions. Well-driven ball to the back post.
Young Harris nearly squirted that ball through. Ball got on the ground, and Young Harris just couldn't quite get enough on it.
I think that was Serrano that they had on the back post. Didn't get a clear header on it, put it down in the ground. Was not easy for the North Georgia goalkeeper to handle. She spills it. A little scurry in front of her, and one of her defenders has to clean it up.
Yeah, and she's a little gimpy on the ankle down there as well.
I'm sure she might be. When she spilled it, everybody's going for it at that point. Young Harris whistled for offside. North Georgia looking to try and take advantage of Simpson's corner now. I think it's raining harder over on that side of the field.
Well, it is definitely putting it down.
It is. It is. Not a whole lot of negative things I can say about the drainage system on this field.
No.
Serrano that time, ball too far in front of her, gives it away. Collision between Simpson and North Georgia player.
Yeah, they both went down
foul
in a pile.
given.
Right.
I think that was, is that number 5, Abby Crane, I think?
I think so.
Handling. The referee will have a word now with the player that decides to kick the ball away after he blew the whistle.
Yeah, I talked to Coach King today as he was heading down the field and said, "Gonna get wet, Tommy." I said, "Yes, we are, Coach." But he's done a great job this year.
He's done a fantastic job.
Really some great kids. I work with 2 of these girls. One girl, Marissa Ramirez, and then another girl that's redshirting, Natisha John, and there's never a dull moment. Never any boredom. It's always light and lively and entertaining, to say the least.
Time it was number 5 that got through, forced Van Kampen to attempt to come out and cut the angle off. Right-footed shot goes wide. Fortunate for us because North Georgia had number 13, Taylor Malesic, wide open on this opposite side. She was making the opposite side run down the left-hand side for North Georgia, and she had nobody within
there.
15, 20 yards of her.
Right.
If Crane would have picked her head up and just noticed it, just played it across, that's an easy tap in for North Georgia, and they'd be up 2-0 right now. But this kind of rain and you're running and there's a little bit of wind, it is hard to hear. You know who loves playing in this type of weather, Tommy?
Who's that?
Lacrosse players.
Yes, absolutely.
Lacrosse and field hockey.
Yeah.
Most football players don't mind it either. I
No.
mean, and by football, I mean what we're watching right now.
Right.
Goalkeepers aren't particular fans of it, but field players tend to like it some.
Well, I came down, which it was nothing like this. It was just a little drizzle, but I came down for homecoming, lacrosse, Young Harris Saturday morning. Huge crowd of returning players from years gone by, and they had a ball out here. Very impressive how many people came in. I mean, they're coming from Canada and everywhere. Coming back, you know, just making a weekend trip, flying down from Windsor or from Toronto or wherever, and they do it every year. It's amazing. It says a lot about community at Young Harris.
Definitely does. I'm happy to hear that.
Peyton Putzer in.
Coming
I
in
didn't
for Young
see
Harris, number 17, Peyton Putzer.
who came out. Did you catch it?
Was
Alarcon.
Yep, Alarcon's out. Joined in the box tonight by Hayden Sharp.
Yeah.
Good to have Hayden in
It
the
really
box with
is.
us.
So they switched. They put Putzer over on the left side, and they moved Dew to the right side. Is that what I'm seeing?
That's typically where Peyton plays, is over on the left, so yes. She'll drop off and play more of an attacking mid, or almost like a winger position. And Elena will do the same down the right-hand flank for the Mountain Lions, and then typically Duda is up front by herself.
Corner kick coming. We're about 30 minutes in.
Leave Duda on an island alone for a little bit and try and overload the midfield to possess and bring up and then create more opportunities in the attacking third. That corner straight into the hands of Van Kampen again.
Used her size well the last 2 times on corners, John.
She's very confident with the ball in the air. Serrano with the flick on that time. A little bit of nudge, but not whistled. Flippasan finds Elena. A little too hot for her to handle, though. There's North Georgia looking for the flick down this left side again. 13 showing some pace for the Nighthawks. If they're able to ever connect with her.
Now it's Taylor Malazic out of Peachtree City, and that's the one that you said just had a golden opportunity to score, but couldn't get the ball on her side, and Young Harris lives another day at 1-0.
Nighthawks whistled for the handling. See, now I'm all confused, Tommy. You've got me wanting to say Warhawks. I've still got Railhawks in my mind, and it's Nighthawks.
It's definitely not the Saints.
I'm just going to stick with North Georgia. Of course, they'll probably get mad at me for not saying University of North Georgia.
Well,
That's all right.
you know, it's hard for us old guys. I don't know if you've crossed into that domain yet. It's kind of hard to change sometimes.
Oh, that's a great opportunity for the Nighthawks. Last second defensive effort takes it away.
Ellerby played about as good as could have been played, didn't it, once
Yes.
got in that danger zone.
Yes, got a toe to it. Just push the ball off. Otherwise they were through one-on-one with Van Kampen.
Daniela Chartuni.
That one with a deflection off of the North Georgia player.
John, women will be home next Friday. We were talking about it, that 1 o'clock game that got UNC Pembroke coming in. It's going to be an interesting day. I'm not sure. I haven't asked. I don't ask. I just go where they tell me to go. But there's also men's basketball home opener that night against Queens. I think maybe like a 7 o'clock start. 1 o'clock soccer game, 7 o'clock basketball. It's going to be an interesting evening for your man of many cameras, John C. Moon, and the Mountain Lion Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV.
All I can say is it's a good thing he is a man of many cameras.
Right.
You said that's next Friday?
Next Friday, November the.
Well, he's also got a football match. Football
does
game.
he really?
He does.
All right, John.
Union County is hosting Rabun County for
Ooh, that's the biggie, isn't it?
the region title, most likely.
That's the biggie.
That's what they pay him for the whole year for, is that one game.
Nice job again by Peen. And we're getting down inside of 8 minutes if we've got, John's got her time right.
Not
I'm
allowed,
sure he does.
not allowed to say what they pay him for it, and breaks labor laws with the low rate that he receives, but still.
Well, I had a chance to do that game. I don't know. John asked me to do it, and first I told him no, I had something else, and then he made mention of financial compensation, and I'm like, what time do I need to be there? And I'll tell you what, first football game, the last football game I've done in quite a while, and I miss doing football. If anybody out there is looking, I'm available for Friday Night Lights most times.
Well, we've got volleyball. Maybe football's on the horizon.
Well,
I
tell
doubt
you,
it.
I do too. But I really had a good time, and it was when Mancuso was at Union County and Charlie Warner was still at Rabun County. It was a great game. It was a track meet. I think it was something like 56-44. Great game.
Well,
No complaints whatsoever.
would have been 5 or 6 years ago then.
Yeah, probably.
Last few matches have been one-sided track meets for Rabun. Mancuso now plying his trade at Richmond, starting quarterback for the Spiders.
All right.
Setting records up there as well.
Big guy, good arm.
Good arm, good feet too. That is a yellow card. And that, I believe, is on Muscat. Picked up the yellow.
She was lobbying for it back the other way.
She can't have any complaints about that.
No.
The referee's got complaints about attempting to write that down in his book, though. I hope he's got a waterproof pen. Maybe a diving kit out there. Number 20 set to take the kick for North Georgia. See if she floats it or if she keeps it on the ground again.
This is.
Oh, she gets under it that time.
And it goes in
Wow.
again.
Hits the underside of the bar. Goes
Bounce right
just
in.
over Peen's outstretched fingers, hits the underside of the bar and bounces in.
And this has been the kryptonite for Young Harris tonight. It has been that kick as we're going to get our first substitution.
Nika Elias checking in.
Second substitution. Elias will come in for Serrano.
Elias a little bit more of a physical player, I think, than Serrano. Serrano's not afraid to mix it up, but Elias, I think, is a little bit stronger. Long effort again, looking for either Dern or Alina Sand down the right side. Or Georgia plays it off of Dern. We'll have the throw.
So Young Harris trails 2-0. That one came with about a little over 6 minutes to go in the first half of this contest. Line Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV, brought to you, oh man,
Just out of your reach, Tommy.
just out of my reach, by the Union General Health Network. Glad to have them on board. Thanks for the good work they do in our community.
The goal is scored by North Georgia number 20, Olivia Dunphy. Her
So
second of the
Dunphy
game.
again, her second of the
season,
game.
on a time of 38-54.
I coached against her for a few seasons, Tommy. She's a high-quality player for Dawson County. We never could crack her defense.
Simpson turns it around nicely.
North Georgia on the break again. That time able to drive all the way to the line and play it back through. Young Harris makes a little bit of a meal out of it, but able to come away unscathed.
Game a matter of inches, John. If that ball there is 6 inches higher, it goes over the top. If the first one had have just not touched anybody, we're probably looking at 0-0 right now.
Definitely. Definitely. I think if you add both of those goals together, if there's 6 inches difference total, then it's still zeros.
Yeah. I mean, that ball just caught the under, just nicked and just enough to deflect it and send it, change the trajectory down.
Yes. That ball's 1.5 inches higher than what it is. It careens off the crossbar, does not go in. So giving it 1.5 inches there gives you 4.5 on that first goal. If it's 4.5 inches either way, right or left, it doesn't take that same deflection.
Right.
You're either square into the foot of somebody or you touch nothing and it goes wide of the post.
Yeah, because straight line on that one, Peen was lined up. I mean, she was in perfect position, and it just, you could tell by the way that the ball changed direction and then she had no chance at that point.
Nighthawks currently with the 2-0 lead, trying to make their case to move into sole possession of first in the Peach Belt Conference. Of course, Flagler, they're kicking off an hour behind us tonight. They're hosting Albany State. Albany State a little low in the rankings. They're third from the bottom. Georgia College is at Clayton State. That also was a 6 o'clock kickoff. Columbus State traveling to Georgia Southwestern. 7 o'clock kickoff. Also at 7 o'clock, UNC Pembroke at Francis Marion and Aiken at Lander. Both of those 7 o'clock matches. That's your Peach Belt Conference schedule for the day.
John, it's nice to see Albany State playing and kind of filling out the schedule and kind of making it more of a, squared where everybody's playing somebody on game nights. Wouldn't it be great to see that in the men's game? And wouldn't it be great to see a situation to where you're seeing 2 games in a night instead of on these Saturdays, instead of guys being somewhere, women being here, back and forth.
I would love to go back to having double headers on one Saturday and then the next Saturday they both travel.
Yes.
I'm sure Hayden would probably like that as well.
Sure.
$12 schools on the women's side for soccer in the Peach Belt Conference. UNC Pembroke, Columbus State, Georgia College, and Albany State, the 4 schools that don't have a men's program.
Right.
Plus, if you can get to that nice 12 number, it makes for a nice round tournament.
It does. It does.
Of course, 10 is also a good number for a nice round tournament. Your 1 and 2 seeds take a first round bye, and let the 8 below that start battling it out.
So we're counting down. 1 minute countdown has begun. Be careful here.
North Georgia looking to add a third one just before half. Simpson with the good step.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Young Harris not going to get an opportunity. That'll go out for a North Georgia throw to take us to halftime.
2, 1, 0.
2-0 your halftime score, John, and as we talked a few minutes ago, we're about 6 inches away from this being 0-0.
About that, yeah. Yeah, I would
Be sure to
agree.
stop by our concession stand where you can win the
Young Harris started off strong, decent bit of confidence. Finally, I mean, not finally, but having a full bit of possession in their attacking half to start the first few minutes with, and then as the game grew on, North Georgia's confidence grew. And they started having a lot more possession and started making Young Harris pay for it.
Adjustments you might see in the second half.
Young Harris got to do a better job of moving off of the ball, creating space to receive passes. I think we need to do a better job of trying to keep the ball down instead of just trying to go over the top again. We found some success with that early on.
Yeah.
I'd like to see us try and go back to that. If you're North Georgia, you just say keep doing what we've been doing the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Netted them 2 goals and really haven't seen much pressure as well.
Right. All right, we'll be back for the second half shortly. Stay dry out there, 2-0 your halftime score. Tommy, John, and John with you on the Mountain Line Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV.
Sideline coverage at tonight's game is provided by Dr. Sturton and the Union General Sports Medicine Program, taking care of our community's athletes as well as those of all ages who simply wish to stay active. Call for an appointment today. The Young Harris Mountain Lions are also sponsored by Adidas.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
From the first day, we looked around each other and we said, we gotta go make things happen this year.
It doesn't matter what the score is at the end of the game. You have to go forward.
You have to take the game.
Attacking gets you goals real quick.
Give your best effort every day.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Stouffer with the game-winning goal. The national championship goes to Shippensburg for the third consecutive year.
Valdosta State, Division II national champions.
The post, Hankins scores! They win their first national title!
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
(2-0) your score. North Georgia leads Young Harris. A couple of goals for the Nighthawks.
Olivia Dunphy with both of them.
Yep, her first two of the year, I think I heard Hayden say, right? First two of the year. Dunphy, first two goals of the year.
And that's why it's always good to have Hayden in the box with us. Wealth of information.
Wealth of info. Wompfo.
Back underway. North Georgia already looking with high pressure. And Harris gives up the throw.
Looks like Young Harris, Coach King going back to his starting lineup. Alarcon's back there, out there, and also Biani Serrano out there. Duda's out there. Payne's out there.
She watches that one go flying high over the crossbar. Right-footed effort.
A little bit longer and the ball might have been lost.
The yard of no return.
That's it.
The Ingram soccer ball void.
Yep. Lacrosse ball. Yeah, I never will. The site manager from Catawba last year, he was kind of amazed as we laughed as he kind of had to really earn that ball.
Yes.
Young Harris under duress already. Young Harris trying to turn it around. Dern and Simpson. Doodle will punch it out. North Georgia.
Alarcon trying to beat defender, not able to. Kaylee Colleen had to clear out. Young Harris will have the throw. Service in blocked out.
Yeah, might have made the baseball field.
May have.
That was hard off the body.
I know she felt it afterwards. She was limping around. It was Maysoon El Shami. Didn't hurt her too bad. She's driving through Mountain Lion defenders now like they're just nice country roads. Earns the foul as well.
This is where it's been tough.
Long floated ball in, played out by the Mountain Lions. Just outside of the penalty area, but still not really clearing their lines yet. Able to get around. Philippa Sand plays a left-footed driven ball in. Spilled originally by Van Kampen, but able to fall on it. Play the ball out, stop the clock. We've got a injury now. Young Harris player.
Looks like Alarcon, and I don't know if it's an injury or if, yeah, they're going to come out and look at it.
It is Alarcon. Checking your left knee, it looked like, Tommy.
Yep.
She'll go off on the far side.
And we're going to get, as we figured it would be,
Peyton Putzer.
Peyton Putzer going to come in.
Coming in for Young Harris, number 17, Peyton Putzer.
Rain lightened up for a little bit, Tommy.
It has. Johnny, did you get a chance to watch our men with Clayton State over the weekend?
I did as best as I could. They were having troubles with their stream for the entire second half.
Not everybody can have John C. Moon.
No, definitely can't have that. Nor can they have the quality resolution that he provides.
Sure.
Because I believe whatever they were using to record or film that Clayton State game was in about 16-bit. It was difficult to tell who was who and read numbers.
Was you able to see it well enough to get a good observation? Looked like a great defensive stand.
I was. Young Harris came out early, scored 2 quick goals, and then just basically dominated the match. I mean, Clayton State didn't have any real good looks on goal.
Where did we get our goals from?
You had to ask me.
Oh, no.
I believe Allie was on the score sheet again.
Okay.
And Sandre.
Okay.
I think that's what is that, Hayden? 11 for him now? 10 or 11 on the season for Sandre now.
He's had a good year.
I think that's 5 for Allie, so yeah.
10 for Sandre.
10 for Sandre. Still, Young Harris, and that right-footed effort well wide. Big goal kick for North Georgia.
Looking down toward the end zone, Juliana Alarcon walking off under her own power. A little stiff, but looks like she's doing pretty good.
Hopefully nothing major there. We already missed her for a few games.
Yeah, her game's got a lot of upside.
Five 5'7" freshman out of Bogota, Colombia. She's got miles and miles of upside. Still young enough to easily learn, yet old enough to be able to put it into practice fairly quickly.
Right. And living in a warm weather country, sure, she's probably spent most of her life playing year-round.
North Georgia with another corner. Headed well over the crossbar. Be a goal kick for the Mountain Lions. Tommy, you got any shout-outs from former players now? Anybody text you today wanting to hear anything special?
No, I hadn't got anything. I checked my message. I do believe, though, could be wrong. I do believe this is Paul Young's birthday. I think so. Let me find out real quick. Could be wrong. I frequently am wrong, aren't I, John?
No. North Georgia with a great ball in there. That touched just a little too much. Van Kampen able to come out and get it. Simpson with a decent defensive effort there, putting North Georgia player off of her run line. Serrano with the flick, looking for Duda. A little too much. Granby with the clearance only as far as Simpson, though, at midfield, puts it back into the mix. North Georgia has to play it out. Young Harris will have another throw, but it will be at midfield.
It is his birthday.
See?
All right.
Again, another reason we love having Hayden in the box.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Contacts, wealth of information. He can look stuff up.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul. I think, Tommy, as an alumni, I'm going to ensure that Hayden stays up here with us, or I'm not pledging any more dollars.
All right. I'll double that.
We do like having the clock up here, yes.
I do.
Instead of the wall.
Like having Brooke up here. She goes and gets her M&Ms for us.
Brooke would be the office assistant.
Right. Well, this is the third time in my career in this particular box. Let me stop a minute while we got something shaking.
Left-footed effort blocked. Young Harris trying to push the line up. I believe that was Ellerby with the block as well.
Yeah, this is the third time I've been up here that we've had.
She's onside, Tommy.
Yep. Ooh, nice. Who was that, Serrano?
Yes,
that ball around.
That was Serrano with the secondary block that knocked her off of her feet, yes.
Yeah, 3 times we've had pretty much a lot of the crew up here. This time tonight has been great. Last time was great. First time we had everybody up here, it was a certified 3-ring circus. It was a 7-alarm disaster.
P.T. Barnum was here, you say.
Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. This has been great, Hayden and Brooke up here. Last time we had Michael and Maddie and I think maybe a couple more.
I believe Brooke was up here as well.
So it's been pretty nice. Like John says, we know what the time is. We don't have to guess.
Go all the way through to Van Kampen with no problem. Duda able to get on the end of it, but put under pressure immediately. Ball is played out. Young Harris will have the throw. Time Simpson's effort to cross the ball. Not her best effort.
picking up in its intensity again.
Just so long as it doesn't turn into a Belmont Abbey.
Right.
Left-footed shot.
Oh, nice effort by Putzer.
Putzer with the left-footed shot forces Ramby into a save. She was at a full stretch, able to get palms to it, pushes it over the inline. Young Harris will have the corner. Game of inches, Tommy.
Yeah.
A few more inches, and that's past Ramby's outstretched hands. Boehner taking the corner. Finds the head of Alina Sand, but she's not able to redirect it back into the goal. She was not happy with that effort.
So Young Harris with a couple of chances there.
Serrano that time with the errant pass. Ellerby plays up the right-hand side. And Harris were able to retain, but then give it away. North Georgia now looking to turn. Simpson now coming all the way across. Number 8. Guarded by Ellerby, drops off to 13. Right-footed shot. Always rising, always going wide. Tommy, don't forget to set your clock back this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Fall back. Extra hour sleep, John.
Yes. Sometimes I do wish that it fell back on Friday night instead of Saturday night. Dern looking to spring Duda or Putzer.
And we have not called Amy's name much tonight. They've really done a good job keeping her corralled.
Yeah, she's not been able to find any time on the ball tonight. So Ellerby with the clearance.
In the 9 here. Do that. If she's not playing it, drop back in. Good. Step to it. Yeah. Good.
Ball over everyone toward back post. That was 17 that put a head on it. Not able to direct it toward goal.
We're quickly approaching midway through this second half. Young Harris trailing 2-0. Got to find some offense somewhere. Cannot allow Nighthawks to score. I have to think about that.
Tommy, you going to be with me Saturday for the men's match?
Yes, I will be.
2 o'clock
2
kickoff?
Yeah, 2 o'clock. I'll be here. Actually, I'm going to be just a little bit late because I got to work on a Saturday. I never work on a Saturday. I'm like, holy cow, why have I got to work? But I'll be here.
Because you're taking next Wednesday off to make sure you're here for North Georgia men's match.
Yeah, but I never work on Saturdays. Oh.
Maybe it's because of the Pembroke game.
Could be. I don't know. I was just really shocked, but I will be here.
I look forward to having you. Yeah. That's fine. I can handle it for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. But we'll be here, no doubt. Excited about that one.
Yes.
I like it when we get into this time of the year. It really gets exciting this time of the year.
Men right now control their own destiny. If they can win out, they will win the regular season Peach Belt Conference title.
Let's see what we've got left. We've got the Flagler game. We've got North Georgia. Is there another?
Francis Marion.
Francis Marion. Ooh, that's the one, isn't
Right
it?
now, Francis is up there as well.
Right. And I tell you, we talk about this a lot. Never, never, ever overlook North Georgia.
No.
Never.
That's a rivalry right there.
Yeah.
So.
And, I just, I got a feeling that unless we may have a good crowd even if we have this kind of weather. Hope we don't. But, and if we have good weather, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't bring 100 people.
And that's a rivalry that's due, obviously, to the close proximity of the two schools. It's not a rivalry created out of hatred like that with Lander on the men's side.
Right.
And I say hatred lovingly.
Yeah.
There is very much respect between both squads and both coaching staffs between Young Harris and Lander, but there's definitely no love there at all.
Young Harris' last 2 trips down have been so close to finding Peyton Putzer open in space.
Just a matter of the breakthrough right now, Tommy. We're getting there. It's just that final ball.
Right. That is twice the last 2 times down that we have just nearly found her at a chance that she might have had a chance to do some damage.
I think she's got enough speed to get past this defender from North Georgia. It's just a matter of a properly weighted pass to her, or her being able to make that last touch when she does have the ball.
Right.
Good quality touch cross in. Or taking it and driving it, either one.
It's going to be Young Harris ball.
There's a great ball in, but Ramby comes out and spills it.
So close. Puts her so close to getting to that.
North Georgia able to clear their lines, and now they're on the attack. Slip ball through. Well done by Van Kampen to read that. What was it, 2 years ago here, Tommy? Women picked up their first ever win against North Georgia.
Right.
They haven't let us forget it.
Right.
I'd like to pick up the second one tonight.
Well, it would be great. And I tell you, I'm very
tall task at this point, though.
Feel very good about the direction that this program's going in.
Oh, I do too.
I love Coach King. Just such a class act.
He is pleasant to speak with. Does well with his squad members.
Has done it this year. Has played a lot of freshmen.
Number 19, Annika Elias.
So Elias coming in.
That shot directed straight into Van Kampen's hands. Be a save counted for her. Too far over the inline. Young Harris will have a goal kick.
So they're going to bring Elias in for Putzer, and they're going to put Elias will be at the midi, but they're going to put Serrano in the tack position. John,
seen her up there before. We saw her there some last year. Saw her a little bit this year, but not as often. I think Rob's really liked moving her back into the midfield recently.
Jasmine Adler.
Duda looking for a little bit of help. Able to play Simpson on the outside. And here's calling North Georgia into defensive duties, but not able to take advantage of it. North Georgia is able to clear their line back to mid. Eller be forced to clear the ball out of touch.
Turn your body around in there. Get them picked up. Know who you've got.
this is where it gets chippy, isn't it?
It can. Surely can. Right-footed driven ball. Hard to tell if that was a shot or a cross. Almost found a player on the back post, but too high for the outstretched foot.
Megan Dumont, freshman out of Woodstock, checks in for North Georgia.
Coming in for North Georgia, number 6, Megan Dumont.
Play back to Van Kampen. Put under pressure. Still able to clear the ball. Young Harris up at midfield now. Time able to play off of a Nighthawk and earn the throw.
And the rain is getting serious now.
It's come back. Again, looking down this left side. North Georgia able to clear, but Simpson on the run. Duda looking, finds Dern.
And that's really the first time she's had an opportunity to breathe. Misses wide left, but able to find her with a little bit of space. She's just not had any space to operate tonight,
No, she hasn't. And she doesn't take up much space to start with.
Absolutely not.
Still can't find any. They've done a good job of marking her all night long. They've obviously scouted and knew they needed to shut her down. Been driving factor for the midfield all season long. This is where Young Harris has got to be able to find that second person to be able to go to.
Right.
She's either out or not having a good game or being shut down defensively like tonight. You've got to be able to find that second person to be able to start the creativity.
Hey, we gotta raise this, okay? This isn't gonna do it, so you gotta raise the game here.
And there have been some opportunities, but they've been far and few between. Just going to look at the water hit over on that sideline. It may have been off of the purple, but water all over the place over there.
Oh, yes. North Georgia with another throw.
Getting late, John. We're inside of 17 minutes. Still time, but big mountain to climb.
Yeah, clock's not really on our side at this point. Don't need to panic, but there's definitely got to be more urgency in everything that we do. And Harris with some quick ball movement that time. Up in the attacking third, still looking for an opportunity, though. Dern able to step in, cause a little bit of havoc there. North Georgia finally able to clear, but only up as far as midfield. The Young Harris throw again near midfield. Van Kampen will keep that one in, bring it into a penalty area. Pick it up for a punt. And Harris able to keep the ball in. Going down that far right side. A little bit of space, what we can tell through the massive raindrops. Right-footed cross in. Young Harris whistled, I think, for a handling. North Georgia will have the free kick coming out of the penalty area.
And it is raw out there right now, John.
It most definitely is. This is no longer fun at this point, Tommy. This is just a drenching.
You're young Harris. You're battling the clock, you're battling the opponent, and you're battling the elements.
Coming in for North Georgia, number 21, Meredith Tucker.
One thing I don't feel like we've had to battle, Tommy,
the referees.
No.
I think he's done fine tonight.
They've done a good job tonight.
All three
they
of
really
them.
have. We see this crew a lot, but they've done a good job. Hadn't been none of that, constant back and forth that we see in some matches.
No, he's had control of it from the start. Never let anything get out of hand other than the weather right now. It's hardest that we've had it all night.
Yes.
I don't think it's easing up either. I think it's going to get a little bit harder.
See a couple of crossballs down behind the North Georgia dugout if you want to. Maybe we'll get a stick and a mask, and after this is over, you game.
Feel right at home then.
Right.
Nothing easy at this point, Tommy. You can't see well. You don't have a good touch. You've got to make sure everything is on point at this stage of a match with this type of weather. You don't want to take any unneeded chances. It's too easy for something to go wrong.
Right. Nice bicycle kick by Ellerby. Trying to turn it around, but it's going to come back North Georgia way. Young Harris might have something going. Sprinting down on the right side, going to go out of bounds.
It was Alina Sand. Young Harris will have the throw. Sand with the throw to Serrano. Goes back to Sand. Tries the right-footed cross. It does take a deflection off of North Georgia. Young Harris will have the corner kick. Boehner with the right-footed corner.
Oh, so close, staying with it. Simpson keeps it alive. Turns the ball around, looking inside.
Right-footed driven effort right into a North Georgia defender that time. Substitution.
Coming in for North Georgia, number 13, Taylor Malasik.
Taylor Malasik checking back in. She's been in and out all night for the Nighthawks. Corner throw coming.
Tommy, this is not fun driving weather.
No.
Should have brought my jet ski.
Yeah.
North Georgia plays short. Left-footed effort, takes one bounce in front of Van Kampen. I think she was expecting a North Georgia player to take a touch and deflect it. She's surprised when it did, and it falls right in front of her. And she looks shocked that nobody actually got a touch on it.
John, to describe the weather, it's a great day for ducks, a bad day for frogs. Oh, we got something. It's going to be.
I thought she was going to be offside, but never got the flag raised. Maybe because it went all the way through to the keeper without causing an issue. Not a good clearance by the keeper, but Young Harris does a good job of turning it over. Right-footed shot calls Van Kampen back into action. Good hands to hold on to that. Took one bounce.
Would be so easy for that ball to squirt out like that, wouldn't it?
Oh, especially with it taking the bounce before it gets to her, because it picks up speed.
Got a substitution for North Georgia. This is Rosie Embley, senior from Wisconsin, if I'm saying that right, England. Coming in at the mid. Great job that time by Sand.
Felipa covering
a lot of ground.
Width of the field with the slide.
Yeah, easy not to slide, right?
At least when you slide farther. Really not a whole lot of option for her. Good job with that tackle. Does not commit a foul either. That's what's really important about that. So it'd be so easy to slide across and just completely clear the player out. Raise your leg up, something like that. This time she didn't. She stayed low all the way through. Good clean tackle.
Sand comes across the field to Ellerby.
Ellerby lay off down the side. Simpson looking to measure it up for her left foot. I think she took too long just trying to measure it up, let the ball run too far. Should have taken a touch and stopped it and then just made a nice quality cross. See what's happening though, Tommy, is the more we're keeping the ball on the deck, the better fortune we're having.
Sure.
As far as trying to move it in this attacking half. It is causing North Georgia a little bit more trouble, and they're having issues dealing with attempting to clear.
Dangerous right here. And good job by Van Kampen. She had to come back to that ball. She had to come out and the ball got past her. Miracle they didn't score, isn't it, John?
Did she get a touch on that first one as she came out and slid?
I'm not sure if she got a touch or not.
She had to alter things dramatically and then did a good job of getting back up quickly to get back in. That was a well taken drive by North Georgia.
Approaching the 5-minute mark.
No, I believe you're right, Tommy. A good day for ducks and a bad day for frogs.
Yep.
I have heard this type rain called a frog drowner before.
Yeah. And, John, we don't know what's going to go on here in the last 5 minutes. Maybe we can punch in. Maybe we can keep them out of goal again. But I think we're going to look back at this one and talk about what could have been.
I think so, too. I really think so. I mean, it's not like the Nighthawks have dominated the match. There's been times where they have looked the better team, but there's also been times where Young Harris has looked the better team.
Yeah, especially here in the second half. I mean, we've had some opportunities.
I was well wide.
And, you go to those first 2 goals.
Again, 6 inches combined changes the entire outlook of this match.
Set kick that went off a foot of a Young Harris player, and then the second one, same thing, that just hit the bottom. When I say the bottom, I mean just the bottom of the crossbar and just changed the trajectory and went in. And then that's been the offense tonight for the Nighthawks. And Young Harris have had some chances. I think about a couple of looks that Putzer had.
Young Harris just got to do a better job in that attacking third with the final ball in. We're still struggling with that a little bit. Better than what we were in the first half of the season, but
absolutely
just need a little more creativity in that attacking half and a little more quality on that final ball in. Not far away though, Tommy. Not at all.
No.
Opportunity. Go out wide. It'll be a corner for Young Harris. So I almost would have liked to have seen Duda take the shot off of that first touch as soon as it found her in the middle. Not saying she did a bad thing. She went out wide, which was open and available to her too. It's not a bad decision, but I'd almost like to see her take the shot as well, especially in this condition.
The orange blue sky back there, John, reminds us that there is a sun up there.
I see that.
The lads going to be excited about that cold night Saturday night, aren't they, John?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they will.
It's going to be cold.
I think they're also excited about being back in a position where they control their own destiny.
Right. Very healthy now, aren't we?
Yes, we do seem to be. Young Harris, if this match holds true, they will drop to 5-4 in the conference. That'll still put them in the top half of the Peach Belt standings. Upcoming matches against Clayton State and UNC Pembroke. If we can get respectable results out of both of those, then we're in the tournament, and that's what we were looking for to start with.
Really hurt that. And, if we were to not make it, we're kind of in a dogfight with Columbus State. You're going to go back to that USC Aiken game.
That USC Aiken game exactly. How did that happen?
Yeah, and that's the case. I guess sometimes a young team's going to struggle with it, living with prosperity. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the game. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it on the YouTube. But
no, I had issues. The men's match and the women's match both, for some reason, at USC Aiken not broadcast.
But my thought was, when I saw the score, I was like, oh, no, Peen got hurt. That was my first thought. I said, how did they score 4 goals? I said, Peen was bound to have gotten hurt.
That's what I thought as well.
She didn't. But that was my initial thought. I just couldn't believe it. And then talked to one of the girls, said that Yeah, we gave up, I think it was Annika Elias said 26 minutes we were down 3-0. And I was like,
10,
wow.
9.
Counted down
8,
from 10.
7, 6, 5, 4.
North Georgia will take
3,
these points in the Battle
2,
of Blood Mountain.
1, 0.
So 2-0 your final score, and in the first round, I guess this is the first volley in the battle. I'm not sure how that works with cross country. I don't think that plays in the factor. I'm not sure it may. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But I think this is probably the first volley. 2-0 we lose, John, but we're making progress, don't you think?
I think we're making great progress. We're 5 and 4 in the conference right now. Again, if you'd have asked me at the beginning of the season if I thought we'd be here, I'd say no. There's no way. We're not there yet. But the ladies have done a great job of growing and becoming a better squad as the season's gone on. So, I can't take anything away from them on that. So we're at what 6 and 8 overall, 5 and 4 in the conference. So
yeah.
We're still in position to make the tournament, which, as we said at the beginning, was definitely what we wanted to do.
And
you make the right form at the right time in a tournament run, you win a Peach Belt, and then you're in the NCAA as an automatic bid.
And then there were times we were stride for stride with this club tonight. And this is one of the elite clubs in our conference, and we were right there. And we think about the 2 goals, how a matter of inches. This is a 0-0 game. You think a couple of chances that Putzer had some looks. Think about a corner that we nearly poked the ball in, and
a couple of times that Ramby had the ball spilled and wasn't able to collect it. Had to get help from her defense to clear the ball out.
So 2-0 your final score. Young Harris will next be in action at Clayton State. That's a team that is below Young Harris in the conference. Got to take care of that game, and then we'll finish it up next Friday. With UNC Pembroke. That's the team that's in the 3-hole right now, 1 p.m., kind of an odd start, but we'll have it here on the Mountain Line Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV. Final thoughts, John?
Still improving. I like it. Not exactly the result we wanted, but still improvements, and we still can control our own destiny, get to the tournament like we wanted. And as I said, if we can put it together at the right time in the tournament, win the tournament, there's you an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and home field would be huge for this team if we could get that. So, hey, our next broadcast will be Saturday, 2 p.m. We will be playing Flagler College. And John and myself will be with you up and down the Mountain Line Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV. Big thank you to Union General Healthcare System for being our sponsor tonight. Thanks to our sports information, Michael, and then Tyler Yoder with the work he does keeping this thing together on a very difficult night. So we will see you Saturday, Mountain Line Soccer on the Mountain Line Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV.
Sideline coverage at tonight's game is provided by Dr. Sturton and the Union General Sports Medicine Program, taking care of our community's athletes as well as those of all ages who simply wish to stay active. Call for an appointment today. The Young Harris Mountain Lions are also sponsored by Adidas.